My name is Rachel Damon, and I'm the Artistic Director of Synapse Arts, the company that's visiting this week. Synapse was founded in 2004, so we're going on year 14. We make contemporary dance theater, which means that we blend dance with theatrical elements. Lighting, scenery, sometimes speech, definitely original sound scores. And we do a lot of site-specific work, so we make dances that are special to a location, like the Ford Center. So the performance on Thursday is an outcropping of that type of work where the student dancers are working with us to make a piece that responds to 6 locations in this building. I know Jen, the chair of the dance department. When I came here touring with a company that I was in called the Anatomical Theater, and we did a performance in the former building. So that's when we met. And we kept in touch through the years. She's brought her work to Chicago, and I've seen some of that she's really great about bringing her student dancers to do outdoor performances downtown in Chicago and things like that. Jen brought a lot of the students to that show this last spring, and they did a master class with us in Chicago then. And we got talking about doing an exchange and us coming here, and this week was born. We're partway into it already. There's sort of a through line throughout the week where we're creating a site-specific performance with student dancers. All of the Synapse Arts ensemble members are here. There's 7 dancers plus me, so 8 of us are here doing classes and workshops and this site-specific work. We've got 19 students who are working with us. The site-specific piece is being generated collaboratively with the students and the Synapse ensemble members. So we started by basically wandering around this building and seeing what was interesting to us, what seemed neglected, what seemed like it could be enlivened with performance. Also, the students have such a normal way of moving through these spaces. We wanted to talk a lot about how dance and normal daily movement can integrate. One of the elements that's really interesting to me in site-specific performance is that if you bring the dance to where people are normally, you can perforate the boundary between what dance is on a concert stage setting and what it is just out and about in the world. We're doing all of that together, discussing, moving, improvising, choreographing, and they're starting to integrate some what might be traditional theatrical elements like using the lighting in the space or creating sound with their bodies against the walls and floors, things like that. So we're in rehearsal every day to make that piece, which performs on Thursday. In addition to all of that, we're doing master classes in dance technique and improvisation and composition, so dance making or creating dances. One of my main hopes is that they will soften their ideas about where dance belongs. What formal dance training often teaches you, particularly at the collegiate level, is that you make dances in the studio and then you put them on the stage, and those are the places where dance is made and where dance lives. And that frustrates me as a dance maker and as human who feels like that can be elitist, because not everybody feels comfortable going to the theater or can afford to buy a ticket to the theater or has a familial practice of going to live performance in a theater on a regular basis. So by allowing dance to happen pretty much everywhere, we take away some of that elitism. And for the students, I hope they discover that they can therefore adapt their dance training and dance knowledge to any location. And for students who come as audience members, that they can see themselves in the dance a little bit, or even venture into the idea that they might be comfortable in a dance class or going to a dance performance in a theater or someplace else. The advice that I always like to give is, there's 2 parts. One is For people who are looking to work in live performance, really in any way, designers, choreographers, dancers, theater practitioners, whomever, musicians, the biggest thing is to show up on time. Because I will always hire the people who are able to take care of themselves and be responsible about their own time over the people who maybe kick higher or spin faster. For anybody who's dancing in order to enrich their lives or just to do something physical, or they want to try something new and they're not driving towards being a professional performer or somehow else involved in professional live performance, then I would say that my advice actually is to be okay with messing it up more often. I see a lot in dance classes that there's a reticence to try. Certainly you have to be safe with your body, but in order to find those daring physical edges of things, the really exciting moments in movement, it takes courage. And so to allow yourself that kind of risk-taking, I think is a really potent place of learning.